Alcohol is killing your gains in the gym. Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about this today, but a quick reminder, if you guys will please click like down below, be greatly appreciated. If you're not subscribed or following, please do so. And if you will be kind enough to drop a comment down below, I would appreciate that so much. Thank you. Particularly, the question I'm going to ask is, have any of you cut alcohol out of your life and noticed the improvements in the gym? Not just the other aspects of your life, but specifically in the gym. I personally did when I went sober over 6 years ago. So let's get over and let's talk a little bit about this. When I say that alcohol is killing your gains in the gym, I do mean that literally. And I'm going to set aside all the social issues and other stuff. Let's talk gains. Let's talk muscle growth. All right, number one, right off the top of the bat, studies show that alcohol itself directly negatively affects muscle protein synthesis. All right, in other words, the alcohol itself in your bloodstream blunts the muscle growth response. Not saying it shuts it down completely, but it does reduce it. So just the elevated alcohol will reduce it, and especially if your muscles are still in a recovery phase from training. So let's say it's Friday night, you go to have some drinks with the bros, right? You trained Friday. Say it was a hard leg day or whatever hard day of training, and you're going to need to recover and gain muscle that night. The alcohol will absolutely blunt that effect that night. So that workout is going to be severely impacted. And any muscles that you've trained in the last, say, 48 hours before that, because of that muscle growth up time, those drinks at night are going to impact it negatively. They are going to interfere with the growth from those direct workouts, okay? So we need to be aware of that. It reduces muscle protein synthesis, even in relatively small amounts, right? Even in relatively small amounts. And it's going to scale depending upon how much you have. Okay, now people will say, but doesn't it have calories and calories build muscle? Yeah, in theory, except in this case, stop and think that through for a moment. It's blunting muscle growth directly, the muscle protein synthesis, that actual process of building the new tissue proteins. It interferes with it. And it makes sense why it interferes with it. It's a poison, right? It's a poison in the system, and that poison is impacting that, which takes us over to that next point. It's a poison. Your liver has to detoxify it. And people don't realize that. Like, a relatively small amount of alcohol would be lethal if you didn't have a liver. Like, if your liver was not capable of handling and filtering it out, a few drinks would be enough for you to die. So I do mean that literally. Your liver is the only reason you can survive alcohol at all. Like, several drinks without your liver there to detoxify it would be enough to start causing permanent cell damage, death. Things like your brain, some of your organs would potentially have severe damage from it, and it could kill you. So again, your liver handles that process. But here's the other problem with it. Your liver is also handling all these other toxins in your body. It's also handling even metabolites from your training, other stuff that's happening. Okay, so it's an important organ for your overall recovery. So the alcohol itself, filtering the alcohol and converting it into more useful stuff and getting rid of the toxic elements to it, puts a toxic load on your liver. Well, your liver can't focus on recovery as much of other systems, including from your training, when it's dealing with the alcohol. Okay, so we're going to interfere with recovery directly over here at this level. All right. So we're at 2 now, a direct muscle protein synthesis loss, like directly from the alcohol itself reaching the muscle tissue that needs it. Then the liver's impact, so then the recovery later, even the next day, that your liver needs to be doing and helping with is being taxed. So your whole system's being taxed by the alcohol in this process. All right, these two. Number three, dehydration. It's why you get hangovers. So if anyone's ever had a hangover from drinking, it's dehydration in your brain. Well, dehydration affects your muscle tissue also as well. So again, that dehydration effect, it's going to impact muscle growth. It's going to impact subsequent performance in following days. Okay, so you're going to have that. So number 3. Number 4, regular alcohol use reduces testosterone. Okay, and testosterone being an important anabolic hormone. And this is pretty far down the list because realistically, testosterone in the normal range doesn't have a huge impact on muscle growth. Okay, it really doesn't. I've told people that, so I tell people don't worry about it a lot. But for people who are out there worried about it, like, man, I'm trying to optimize my testosterone or they want a boost in it, Well, quitting drinking alcohol would be near the top of the list. Why? Because plenty of data shows that chronic alcohol consumption reduces testosterone levels in men. Okay? Reduces testosterone levels. So again, if you're going to look at that as a factor, a relatively small one, but it's still a factor. Your testosterone levels are going to be lower from drinking. All these youths are like, man, I want to get my testosterone levels up, and then they're drinking alcohol. Come on. Yeah, drinking a bunch of beer is not going to make you more manly and testosterone fueled. Quite the opposite. So you're having that loss of testosterone. Okay, then we come to the psychological and motivation. Okay, because keep in mind, not only we're going to recover slower, possible dehydration, other stuff that's going to affect subsequent training. How about mood? Alcohol is a central nervous system depressant. Okay, it causes depression. It causes lack of inhibition. It causes reduced drive. Okay, it causes reduced drive, reduced motivation. It depresses you. Okay, well, if your mindset is geared towards central nervous system depressants, and your brain is feeling less motivated and just lethargic in general and not wanting to be motivated to do things, don't you think that's going to affect your workout in the grand scheme of things? Of course it will. At least potentially will. So again, depression from the alcohol is going to affect your drive in the gym, guys. This is number 5. We're up to 5 reasons how alcohol kills your gains. And then how about the other one with recovery or even fat loss and fat gain and all that? Right? So set aside the muscle growth. How about the fact that alcohol reduces inhibitions, and oftentimes when people drink, they do what else? Inhibitions are lower, they eat more junk food. Okay, that's not good for your body composition, that's for sure. Sure, it may not interfere with the muscle growth directly, but it's definitely going to affect body composition and muscle to fat gain. But if you're gaining less muscle because of all the other stuff, you're going to gain fat even more quickly from the junk food. And then the other inhibitions, other risky behavior that takes place from drinking alcohol. People are more likely to do recreational drugs. They're more likely to engage in dangerous activities because they could cause injuries and other problems. Okay? You don't think those things, having injuries and other things, risky behavior, is also going to affect your training? I've seen it happen with clients. I've had clients who were out drinking with the bros and did stupid stuff and got hurt, and it derailed their training for 6 or 8 weeks. They broke their hand, they broke their arm, they broke a leg doing something stupid under the influence of alcohol. I've had clients have this happen. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.